Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make this yummy, creamy, foolproof Firni. We start off by taking 6 cups of heavy cream and 6 cups of milk. Or what you can do is you can take 12 cups of half and half. I just didn't have half and half, so that's why I went this route, but it's the same ratio. This Firni feeds a crowd. We're gonna fill a whole 13 by 9-inch dish, roughly for about 20 and 30 people. So if you do need a smaller portion, just divide it in half and you should be just fine. So while we're waiting for the milk to boil, we're gonna take half a cup of rice and wash it well and soak it for about 20 minutes. You definitely want to stay by the stove at this time because we're just waiting for the milk to boil. And while it is getting hot, you'll notice that the milk is going to start to kind of stick to the bottom of the pan. So you want to constantly kind of move the spoon around. And if you take a flat spatula, that works the best because it can remove anything that gets stuck on the bottom of the pan. So it took about 10 minutes, but the milk has come to a boil, and we're going to set the stove on medium to low and kind of let this cook down for about 20 to 25 minutes. We want this to reduce down. In the meantime, this is an optional step, but it totally amps the flavor up. You can take 4 to 6 cardamom pods and de-seed them. And we're gonna grind them up and we're gonna make a powder. You can add more or less of the pods depending on your taste. I think 4 to 6 gives a really nice subtle cardamom flavor, but if you want to put more or omit completely, that's totally up to you. So it should give us about 1/4 teaspoon of powder is what I'm going to be putting in altogether. While the milk is simmering on low, we're gonna go ahead and grind our rice. And so we're gonna drain the rice and go ahead and put it in your blender or fruit processor, whatever you have. It's okay if a little bit of the remaining water goes in. And we're also going to add a splash of milk to this as well. This will give us a nice kind of a smooth texture liquid. And go ahead and grind that up. So I'm trying to show you, but it should be a very fine texture like this. This ensures the Firni is going to be super creamy because it's not kheer, right? So we don't want chunky chunks of chawal or rice. We want a nice, smooth, creamy texture. So the milk has reduced down. It's been about 25 minutes. And I took 2 cups of sugar and put that aside, and I added 1 cup completely. The sugar content is gonna depend on your taste. Because I'm doing this for a crowd, I'm kind of having the sugar be a little bit more than what I usually would put if it was just for our family. Usually I stop at about 1.5 cups, but today I'm going to add the full 2 cups just because, like I said, we're feeding a crowd. At this time, you can add your cardamom powder as well. And you can see in my last clip, I was using a whisk to make sure the sugar is not clumping in the hot milk. We do not want clumps of sugar in our milk. And same process here. I'm gonna add the rice and going to mix that with a whisk as well because we don't want clumped rice in our mixture either. So you're gonna keep mixing that really well. And you're going to mix until this reduces down and becomes a thick mixture. Once it comes to a boil, I believe it took another 20 to 25 minutes for the milk to reduce down and for the rice to cook as well. And see the color changing and the liquid is getting thicker too. So that's what you're looking for, but you're gonna keep cooking until I'm gonna show you until it gets to a thicker consistency. The back of your spatula should be covered completely. And here is how it looks. See, it's very thick. And it turned like a pale, like yellow color-ish. And at this time, you're going to turn off the heat and have your dish ready and pour it all in. Be careful because it does splatter. I speak from experience. So you want to be very, very careful while you do this. You're going to let this set for 45 hours and refrigerate it. And this is it, you guys. This turned out really yummy. Everyone loved it. I didn't put nuts on top, but you can if you want to. But please do subscribe and like if you found this video to be helpful. Thank you.